Welcome back, everybody. Spring is upon us. My beard's gone, the chains are off the tires. It's a muddy mess out here and it's about 50 degrees. I've got a spare couple hours today, so I wanted to walk you through. We're gonna see if we can find some more treasure in our log pile. We're gonna break open the sawmill and see if we can get some nice live edge slabs going again. So before we get going here, I wanted to make sure we're still generally flat. Like I said, this is my temporary setup, so it's subject to heave and whatnot with the frost. But I know that the logs I'm cutting aren't going to be longer than these 3 bunks here. So those 3 bunks that I'm on are flat. If they weren't flat, you can get some waves in the cut, and that adds to the finishing process way down the road. We're doing rough sawn lumber, but we want to get it as unrough as we can, because we can. Alright, made to the pile. I don't have a specific goal here, I just want to make some cool live edge slabs. So my criteria for the mill is it needs to be at least 40 inches long so I can fit on 2 bunks, and it can't be more than 30 inches in diameter. So I'm just going to poke around and see what I can find. Maybe this was a bad idea. Well, I thought I could manhandle it with this, but I'll resort back to the tractor. These are maple sugar taps you're seeing here. Wow. Wow, that's nice. That's got to be what this is sugar taps. This would have been 5-6 feet off the ground. That's pretty. So I'm wanting to make these 2 inches thick. So I want to drop this down 2 inches now. There's 1. And there's 2, but this crank is just relying on gravity and the head sliding down on these bushings. It can get caught up. So what I found and what I read online works a little bit better, little less room for error is to go beyond where you want to go, down further, and always come up into the cut you want, and you'll have a much better chance of not sliding down once you start cutting. I did not put a battery in this thing yet because I still got a strong shoulder and I don't use it very much, to be honest with you. So all there is, now that it's warmed up, turn the key on and pull this cord. It's a little awkward because it's up high now, but the cord's up. Yeah, this thing has seen decades and decades of being tapped. It was probably right at a roadside. Like I said, this is free power company wood. I'm sure it was right on the roadside and had been tapped for many decades. And I think that's going to contribute to a lot of the kind of non-typical staining you're seeing here. Wow. So like I said, no plan for this stuff yet, but really the sky's the limit as far as possibilities. These little ones, you can get a nice just shelf or whatever you want, a little tiny desk, kid desk, furniture. But the one in the middle here, that's going to be pretty much table worthy as long as there's no rot or nails or anything like that in there. Just keeps getting better and better. So this could go pretty quick, but I'm treating each little slab I pull off here as a bit of a treasure. You see down here towards the middle of the tree, we've got some spalting going on. It's just tough to describe. The family's here. Wow, something special. So this is a good example of why I went and got the HM130MAX as opposed to a smaller unit. So this is 27 inches wide at the widest point, and I think that's the widest slab we'll get out of this particular log. But the way this overhangs and as far as shimming it off the log stops, long story short, there's a bunch of logs in that pile that I just can't cut on this thing because they're too big. It's pretty special to be able to get something this big with as little effort as we're just doing here. It's certainly not everybody's cup of tea, but I feel like these tap holes tell a good story about the culture around here. You can't drive down the road this time of year without seeing four-wheelers going back and forth, collecting sap, checking on lines. It's just, there's a lot of nostalgia around the whole thing. Well, I think I'm calling it a day. I could do this literally all day long, but as sad as it may seem, this little end piece here is destined for firewood. Got more slabs than I know what to do with already, so I'm slowly going to tackle the drying process. And I learned that that's probably just as much art as learning how to run this thing. I brought some other maple slabs that you saw a few videos ago into the basement, and they dried really fast. They're in front of a heater, some air circulating. I got stickers right up to the ends, but still there's some cracking I'm gonna have to cut at least a couple inches off each end of those boards. Not the end of the world. Do some more experimenting with these ones, and I'll let you guys know how I make out. But thanks you all for following along today. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.